This is Aaron Rice with Concierge and your host for Maryland Climate Tech 2026. And I'm here with my good friend Colette. Colette, introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you're based, and what kind of work you do.
So, my name is Colette Colclough. I am the executive director of the Forward Women's Leadership Forum. We're a nonprofit that's been around about 8 years, helping women and families move forward. That is part of our title and part of our mantra to keep women moving forward. And we do so with information and resources so that women are able to make decisions about their families, their homes, themselves, and their communities and in the workplace.
Awesome, awesome. And where are you based?
So we're based in Phoenix, Maryland,
Okay.
which is in the Timonium, Hunt Valley area.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, most people probably hadn't
Yeah,
heard of Phoenix, Maryland.
yeah.
It's just I guess north of Cockeysville.
North of
Typically.
Cockeysville,
Okay,
yes.
okay, great,
Yeah.
great. So remind our audience how and when we first met, if you wouldn't mind.
So wait. Oh wow. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how we
Starting
first
off with
met.
the hard questions.
Yeah, we met through Glenna, didn't we?
That's right. A good friend of
We met through
ours,
Glenna,
Glenna
a
Cush.
friend.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I will say that you are an extremely, a highly intelligent person.
Oh boy, I wasn't
And
expecting that one, folks.
well, here I'm patting you on the back, and then I'm going to pat myself on the back, which is I think that that's the synergy is being able to have a talk on a level without feeling intimidated, being
Yeah.
able to ask questions.
Mm,
And I'm rounding it back to the selfishly to the forum, which is, what the forum is all about, being able to ask questions and having a voice without feeling shame.
right.
And you did not make me feel that way. You gave me information that allowed me to make decisions in my life, and that's important, particularly in the climate
Mm.
that we're in now. It's important to be informed so
Pun
that you can.
pun pun intended. Absolutely. So big shouts out to Glenna Cush, Shimmy sister out of Columbia, Maryland. And yeah, she connected us, I guess, over the summer. We did a teach-in and talking about real-time indoor air quality at her
Right.
boutique, Shimmy Sister,
Yes,
boutique by Shimmy Sister in Columbia.
coming
And
back. It's coming back.
yeah, on a Saturday we had some people there. Colette showed up, and we were just kind of talking about real-time indoor air quality and maybe dispelling some myths. The Environmental Protection Agency for the last 30 years has done a really great job monitoring outdoor air quality, and outdoor air quality has actually gotten a lot better in certain parts of the country, mainly, most of Baltimore, Curtis Bay area is still a challenge.
Yeah.
But for the most part, outdoor air quality has been doing pretty good, and that's pretty much what we hear about on the news is outdoor air quality. Very rarely do we hear about anything having to do with, indoor air quality, which can be up to 100 times worse than outdoor air quality. So you came to the event, you won a prize, you won an indoor air quality monitor.
Yeah. Yes.
I won't ask you to show it on screen now, but
Yeah,
I
I
know
should
that
have
you have it.
had it as a prop. I don't have it as a prop. Yeah. But can I
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
this,
Sure,
Aaron?
sure.
Part of what you shared with me, of course, hit home, which were the statistics about African American females
Yeah.
and what they were experiencing, and the high rate, particularly in Maryland,
Mhm.
for women with asthma and women with breathing, just everyday
Respiratory issues. Yeah.
breathing issues. And
Mhm.
so, you know, I think that's where the intersection came. It's like, how could we educate our base
Right.
about what it is that you were telling us? That's so alarming and can be detrimental to the African American female. Not to speak of just females alone, but in particular, just African American females at the alarming rate for which they're in the hospital for just breathing issues. And some of that um, and tell me if I'm speaking out of turn, but some of that are things that we can do to remediate, or shorten, lengthen our time span,
That's right.
right? One
That's
one
right.
thing,
That's right.
lengthen our time span, and then help us to breathe better in our own homes. And there are things that we don't even realize because we're in a hustle, in a hurry, we're doing 15 different things at one time. And one of the things that I talk about a lot is self-care.
Mhm.
But what is self-care, right? If we don't stop and think about it and have people like you giving us information to say, listen, your home air quality and getting that right or adjusted is a form of self-care.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what you're talking about are the things that we can't see, smell, or taste
Yeah,
inside of indoor environments, whether it's our home, whether it's a hotel room, whether it's a school, whether it's work in the office. There's some pretty, hazardous indoor environmental issues that need to be measured within the environment. And so, some of the stats that you were talking about, I follow the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, and every year, every September, they issue what they call the Asthma Capitals Report, and this tracks the cities, the 180 some odd cities across the country, based on asthma-related emergency room visits and asthma-related deaths. And Baltimore in 2024 was the eighth highest asthma-related emergency room visits and second in asthma-related deaths. And the 2025 report that came out in September, September 9th to be exact, I was on vacation in Orlando when it came out. So I remember seeing that. Baltimore went from number two to number one for the city with the highest rate of asthma-related fatalities, with African American women 4 times more likely to die from asthma than white men, and African American children 6 times more likely to die from asthma than white school children. So, it's a real problem here in our region. Often when I quote those statistics, even for people in the healthcare industry, they're like, "Whoa, I didn't know that." And so I think, the reason that we started, Climate Tech Plus, formerly known as Baltimore Climate Tech Plus, we rebranded for 2026 to Maryland Tech Plus, is because Maryland's faced with three different things that I don't know that many people really realize and that we wanted to bring to light. One is what I just quoted in regards to Baltimore having the highest rate of asthma-related fatalities in the nation, the number one spot. Unfortunately, that's not what we want to be known for.
yeah,
Secondly, 1 in 4 homes in Maryland have high radon levels above what the Environmental Protection Agency says is an action level of 4 picocuries per liter. And even at that, that's still smoking 8 cigarettes a day. And radon is you can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. Comes from underground, from degrading uranium into our homes. And it kills 58 people a day in the country. So we got a radon issue, we've got an asthma issue, and then we're also hearing from Zillow that by the year 2100, we're going to lose close to 68,000 homes worth about $20 billion because of sea level rise. And so that's kind of our theme for Maryland Climate Tech 2026 is, housing as healthcare, the case for climate resilient, healthy homes, and then taking a deeper dive into, radon, asthma triggers, wildfire smoke, and sea level rise, and kind of what can we do to gather experts to kind of talk about this issue and talk about solutions. And I credit the Forward Women's Leadership Forum and yourself. You were able to source a grant from BGE, Baltimore Gas and Electric, for those that are watching from outside of our region. It's our local
yeah,
utility. You were able to find a grant in order to kind of collaborate with my organization, Concierge. We're for profit, you're a nonprofit. So we created this collaboration and we launched the 30-day healthy home checkup. Right.
yeah.
We started that, I think, September,
Yeah,
end of
so
August, September,
something
right?
October,
October-ish.
more
Yes.
like October. And I want to make sure, I know you shouted them out, but I do want to give a big shout out to BG&E
Absolutely.
for giving us the grant to be able to do this project. And we want to make sure that again, our job is to make sure that women are informed
Right.
about themselves. We
Right.
we cannot make you do anything, but we do. I feel like it's an obligation that once we know, we can say, you know,
Right.
what's the saying?
If you know better, you do better.
If you know better, you do better. And now you know.
Right.
You've given some great statistics, very alarming statistics. And again, that is what kind of made us sit up and say, you know, what is it that we could do?
Mhm.
What can we do? And I also want to make mention in this, you know, in this recording, um, that it's important to have the conversation.
Yeah.
And it's important to have conversations. And you never know who you will run into that will partner with you to help you in your journey.
Yeah.
And we're fortunate enough, you know, yes, we can pat ourselves on the back all day and give each other the high five, but it's important. This work is important enough that it's not affecting, while it may affect us, it affects the Marylanders at large.
Absolutely.
And it's a big project.
Hmm. Hmm.
We're inviting people to participate in the project because you and I can measure our homes all day long. But our mission is to get it out to as many homes as we possibly can. We're small, but I like to say we're small and mighty.
Right.
We're small and we're effective
Right.
because we are giving you information that allows you to self correct, in some ways, self diagnose,
That's
in
right.
some ways,
That's right.
diagnose your home, and then be able to have you as a expert to be able to offer an opportunity for remediation. And that's important. That's important. So once you know,
Right.
what is it that you can do to help yourself,
Right. Right.
because right sizing your home is not going to be helpful for me. It's going to be helpful for you for life,
Hmm.
longevity, your family. You have examples of people who are finding out things about their home that they never knew existed because, like you say, you can't see it, taste it, or smell it.
Right.
And you know, I also want to speak to the skepticism of what it is that we're doing.
Mm.
A lot of people, maybe because it's a BGE grant, are skeptical of the monitoring
Right.
system.
Where's the data going?
Where's the data going?
Who's going to see it?
How's it going? Who gets to see it? Is somebody coming in my home? Is it a government agency?
Right.
The two people who get to see it are the two people that are talking right now.
That's right.
And then it's how do we talk to you about the information that we found in your home?
Hmm.
And typically that's you. You actually give me a report
Right.
of your findings.
Mm.
And then um, our aim is to let BGE know what it is collectively we find. What do we find in common? How are we remediating?
Mhm.
How can they help us further to help you? And so no one else is monitoring, no one else is
No.
seeing this data.
No.
We actually want others to sit up and care.
Yeah.
And what you're helping us to do, audience, is to help us pass along enough information that says somebody should care about what's going on in Maryland as a whole,
Right.
and what can they do to help remediate this situation. So Nobody, the monitor is as they say, the monitor is monitoring, right? The monitor is monitoring, and if I'm correct, it sets off a warning or alarm
Yep,
that lets you know.
it's called the first alert warning system. And so
Yes,
basically this is the monitor that we use. We only use what are called reset accredited monitors. So they're third-party accredited monitors. They're not just, toys that we found on Amazon. And we monitor radon, gas, and asthma triggers. Asthma triggers being volatile organic compounds, particulate matter, temperature, humidity, air pressure. And we do it for 30 days. It's called a 30-day healthy home checkup. And Colette, remind me, I think our goal at the end of the year, by the end of August or so, is to monitor 100 homes within the BGE territory. Is that correct?
that is correct. And again, we're collecting data. I think I did a post in LinkedIn, and it had to do with being an entrepreneur, but it works in this instance too. In order for science to continue, you have to have trials, and you have to have monitoring systems, and you have to be informed.
Yeah.
Right now, this data is not really being collected.
Mm-mm.
We are ahead of the curve, if
Absolutely.
you will,
Absolutely.
for collecting data to be able to say this is what is occurring in Maryland homes.
That's right. That's right. And the Forward Women's Leadership Forum has taken that mantle, taken that charge, and ran with it because um, I I don't know about you, but I haven't seen this being done anywhere else in the state. They might be happening across the country, but for the level that we're doing it at and with the the generous funding and it's not a lot of money, it's a small amount, but the generous funding from BGE is also facilitating that. But I want to go back to the first alert warning system because when we deploy the monitors we connect them to the occupant, and these are homeowners and renters, by the way. We connect them to their Wi-Fi, and that way it connects to a mobile app. So if a particulate matter should spike or radon number should spike, or someone has lost heat. We're identifying that someone has lost heat, their furnace went down before they know their furnace went down because we get the data in on our smartphone. I get a little ping saying, particulate matter high, carbon dioxide matter high, and then I can communicate via text message directly to the occupant and say, I know it's between 5 and 8 p.m. Your particulate matter is high. You must be cooking, right? And they make a reply back that yes, we're cooking. My son's, burning some salmon or whatever. My son does the same thing at 2 o'clock
Don't
in the
burn a
morning.
salmon.
But at least we can communicate real time so they know what they're doing within their home that's driving some of these numbers. Or they might say, you know what, I'm not home, no one's home. I don't know why the particulate matter is spiking. And that's an even more of a serious situation to investigate. So we've measured probably about 2 dozen homes since we started. And it's just, I find it very fascinating, seeing how each different home performs, whether it's a home that has an HVA system that's pumping air throughout the home, or if it still has radiant heat. Um, Different parts of the city, different parts of the county. We're in Howard County and Columbia measuring air quality. So it's just very fascinating. And then to send those reports to the occupants, that we call it a real-time indoor air quality impact report. We CC you at the end of each cohort. And so you've got a lot of data, but it's really interesting to see how homes are performing. And so our goal is to give the occupant kind of low cost, no cost mitigation strategies. And a lot of them are simply, turn on your hood fan above your stove 30 minutes before you start cooking, while you're cooking, and then 30 minutes after you're done cooking every time you use your stove, right? Some of that helps. Some of it is just opening your windows, right? Changing your
Look,
your changing your air
changing your
filters.
air filter. Okay. I I I am
Not
guilty.
not once
And
a year, not once a
yeah,
year.
yeah, right, right,
Maybe once every
right,
90 days is
right.
recommended, right? But then, even going through that process, we're discovering people not having air filters in their furnace at all. And then they're realizing it for the first time, like, whoa, my landlord did not put an air filter in my furnace, and I've been here for 9 months. Like, how does that happen? Right? So we're discovering a myriad of different things. But I think at the end of the day, from the surveys that we've gotten and the video testimonials that we've gotten, people are excited to be a part of this and excited to just get the information and the knowledge about how they can make individual changes at their home. So I appreciate you for leading that effort. I appreciate you for tapping us to join you on that effort. And I have to say that you know what you're doing is extremely innovative in this space, and it goes in direct alignment with your mission of health and wellness for women.
I want to address a certain type here.
Okay.
Yeah, just a certain type because I think that I was of this type. I may still be, but I was of this type. It's like I'm okay now, and now what you're going to come in here and disrupt my okayness by
I
trying
don't
to
want to
tell me,
know.
yes, by trying to tell me what's wrong in my house.
Mm,
Okay, or what's wrong with what it is that I'm
one
doing.
more thing I gotta do.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Well, it, yes, what you don't know may hurt you.
Mm,
It may hurt you. And why not? If you are okay now and not knowing, be okay and know,
right.
and then act.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
this is an opportunity to add years to your life. It's an opportunity to breathe better. So a lot of us go around and we're constantly blowing our nose,
Hmm.
sniffing,
Hmm.
and we chalk it up to the season. But I don't know where I got this from, but it's like, is your home making you sick?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
there quick things like getting more plants in your home?
Eight plants per person is the recommendation. And our homes, our offices, our building, our schools were not designed for health and wellness. They just were not. They were not
And guess where we spend most of our time.
in our home.
We spend most of our time in our home.
Yeah. Especially
And
post-COVID, working from home for a lot of folks.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I think that you told me a lot of times you put the monitors in folks' bedrooms,
Yeah, because that's
right?
that's yeah, the bedroom is we spend 14 to 16 hours in the bedroom. That's where we spend the most amount of time.
Yeah.
And so on occasion that's what we're doing. I know with the cohort, we've been doing it just kind of, maybe in the living room area. I mean, these monitors are very sensitive. The sensors inside
Hmm.
them are very sensitive. So, we'll generally pick up what's going on within the home. It doesn't really matter the size. But like I said, we're measuring radon gas and we are finding high levels of radon inside homes that have radon mitigation systems. That's even scarier. And the owners of those homes are like, I didn't know that I was supposed to test my home for radon every 2 years post radon mitigation installation, right? And so
Yeah.
we were the first ones to come in 4 years after they installed it, and found that they needed to bring the radon mitigation company back out to calibrate it because it wasn't working as as planned.
Yeah.
And that would have never happened had they not been in relationship with you and decided to sign up for the Healthy Home Checkup. So,
Yeah. So, it doesn't mean you have to move.
right.
Yeah. So, why not be in the know to make better decisions about you and for your family and be healthy. Uh,
Absolutely.
uh, and be
Absolutely.
healthy.
So if anyone wants to sign up, you can go to the website healthyhomecheckup.com. It's going to appear on this screen and post, so the website will be there. But Colette, talk a little bit about the Forward Women's Forum, Leadership Forum. I know it would have already happened by the time this airs, but for 2027, and then talk about how people can get in contact with you, sign up, and be a part of your awesome organization.
So our awesome organization is free to be a member.
Oh,
Yeah, it's free off the bat.
can men can
So
men can men join? or is it just for women?
Men, we do not discriminate
Okay.
because oftentimes men give us a perspective that women don't have.
Okay.
And so we appreciate men being a part of our organization. There are men on my board members and men that are volunteers. And so we do not discriminate. We invite them to come. It's the perspective of thought around the table that we honor. Yeah, by the time that this is airing, we will have had our eighth annual gathering, which would have been at the DoubleTree Hotel in Columbia.
Hmm.
Throughout the year, we have many classes that center around our pillars, which happen to be financial literacy, careers, entrepreneurship, and health and wellness. And that's where
Hmm.
you and I intersected.
Hmm.
And we ask people just to go on our website, which is forwardwlf.org. You just sign up for free. And that allows you to get our newsletter each month and to be informed about what classes that we offer, participate in. And if you consider yourself an expert, we are the information disseminators.
Hmm.
And we invite you to partner with us, to join us, to help us to inform our base, which is over 2,000 women, and we're global.
Okay.
So we invite all women, all men to who would like to help us move forward to give information that we would find useful in our lives.
Hmm.
And that's how we move forward together.
Yeah, absolutely. And your all your contact information will, like I said, magically appear on the screen by the time this airs. But one thing I want to say before we go is we're also tying indoor air quality to diabetes,
Yeah.
exacerbations, and menopause. As well. And I know that you really kind of delve deep into the menopause aspects as well. So, hey, Colette, man, I really appreciate you taking time out to join us. I really love what you're doing, and any way that we can
Thank you for having me.
support your efforts, we want to be able to do that. Anything that I didn't ask you that you want to mention before we close out?
I think the only thing that I would like to impart upon the audience is that you matter. You matter to us. We wouldn't be doing the work that we are doing unless didn't, you didn't matter to us. We care about you. We care about your health. We care about your well-being. And that's why we do and we work so hard at the work that we've been given to do. And so we ask that you show up.
Mhm.
You show up. 9 times out of 10, what we're delivering is very low cost or no cost.
Right.
And if it's not helping you, it's helping others. And so while we are working hard, we're asking you to join us in helping us to disseminate information that will make Maryland better, the nation better, and ultimately the world better.
Absolutely. And I may not have mentioned it, but there is no cost for someone to take part of the 30-day. It's the free 30-day healthy home checkup that the cost has
Free.
already been taken care of. So and there's no sales, no pressure, no obligations, anything like that. We're not selling anything. We just want to, educate you on what's happening inside your home. So Colette, with that, I definitely appreciate you, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
All right. Have a great day.